Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Chicagoland area attorneys online at CordellCordell.com. 4320 Winfield Road, Suite 200, Warrenville, Illinois, 60555.
Hi, I'm Jim Boyd, here to tell you about an incredible cost-saving opportunity you should consider for your building, office, or facility. For 30 years, Boyd Electric has been a local 134 electrical contractor providing quality service and technology. We help businesses large and small reap the benefits of energy-efficient lighting products. Boyd Electric has retrofitted hotels, big box stores, hospitals, and car dealerships, and is a total solutions provider that can serve your needs anywhere in the country. With our no capital outlay shared savings program, you can get 100% financing with customer payments based on an agreed upon share of realized energy savings. Once the balance is paid off, you own the equipment and retain the energy savings. Our partnership with manufacturers and our association with ComEd's energy efficiency programs provides you access to products and programs designed specifically to make upgrading your lighting plan an affordable cost-saving option. Boyd Electric, the experience to retrofit your business with the finest LED alternatives. Contact me, Jim Boyd, at 708-952-4500.
Guys, I want to encourage you to make your health a priority this new year. It's easier than you think at Low T Center. They're reinventing the doctor's visit, making it quick and easy to get all of your levels checked, not just your testosterone. They offer a comprehensive health assessment so you know all your numbers. If you've been feeling tired, grumpy, have lack of motivation and drive, notice weight gain and loss of muscle mass, these could all be signs of low testosterone, low thyroid, or even sleep apnea. Low T Center will determine the cause of your symptoms and help you get back to feeling your best. It all starts with their quick and easy health assessment covered by most health insurance. And they now offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatments, providing convenience, and additional health monitoring measures for your safety, including a take-home blood pressure monitoring cuff. Self-inject at-home treatments are $135 a month for self-pay or covered by most health insurance. To schedule your health assessment, go to lowtcenter.com, lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Real Estate Revealed with Randy Barcella, Sunday mornings starting at 8.
It is 6:39. Let's check the roads in the AM 560 Traffic Center with Jim.
On the northbound tri-state for 94 westbound at Gurnee, there's a crash at 120 Belvedere Road. The right lane is blocked there. Northwest Indiana westbound 94 is heavy. State Road 249 to the Indiana Toll Road with the crash. Then we see delays from Burr to Indianapolis Boulevard and Burnham to Torrance where there's a collision. It's 32 minutes from the toll road to the Bishop Ford Freeway. Inbound Kennedy, the travel time O'Hare to downtown is 22 minutes. The Eisenhower, it's 31 minutes from 390. The Stevenson, 32 minutes, 355, Lakeshore Drive. Inbound Ryan, delays start at the Stevenson. It's 17 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57, 16 minutes, I-80 to the merge, Bishop Ford 13. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. AM 560 Weather Center forecast. A bitterly cold day ahead, clouds and sun, high near 15. Clouds and bitterly cold overnight. A low of 4 above with wind chills in the double digits to the negative. It's 1 above right now at O'Hare. 6 above along the lakefront, 3 above at Midway, minus 12 in Aurora with a wind chill of minus 26. Your next news update is at 7. Breaking news as it happens. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
From the Matrix Home Solutions studios, this is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
Listen to AM 560, The Answer, online at 560theanswer.com, on the AM 560 mobile app, and your Alexa-powered smart speaker, on TuneIn, iHeart, and radio.com. Only the biggest stories, only the biggest guests, and only the biggest opinions. This is AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. And impeachment trial 2.0 begins today. And I said, if you're not paying attention, you should be, because if you're a Trump voter, you're on trial. This is a trial more about you than it is President Trump. President Trump as a unifying figure for Democrats, thus their move to go forward with this futile effort, futile in the sense of there won't be a conviction.
but not futile in the sense that there are political points to score. They think, and that's the basis for this, side by side to understand the arguments being made, the positions being held. Jim Jordan on the one side explaining the GOP position, at least, minus 10 members of the caucus, GOP position on this impeachment.
The Constitution, the president wins. The lack of due process. I mean, this is, Matt Gaetz said it best. This is impeachment by reflex. There was a 2-hour debate in the House. At least what Adam Schiff did last year, at least there was actual hearings. They might have been done in the bunker in the basement of the Capitol, but there was subpoenas and depositions. I got to cross-examine witnesses. We had some actual hearings. So the Adam Schiff's impeachment it looks great compared to this crazy thing, and we know how bad that one was. But the most important thing is the facts. The fact, how do you incite a riot that was already planned? How do you incite a riot when the president said peacefully and patriotically, make your voices heard? So this is nothing but an obsession with the Democrats. It has been that way. Never forget, Judge, on January 20th, 2017, 19 minutes after the president took his oath of office, the Washington Post headline was, "Campaign to impeach President Trump has begun." They couldn't even wait 20 minutes.
Judge, he was on Jeanine Pirro's show. That was the Judge reference. And that's good because you have to address the false story the make-believers are telling about January 6th, about Trump's role in January 6th. That has to be addressed straight away. But it's also not enough because this is the left's perspective, as nicely encapsulated by Nicole Wallace on MSNBC, querying John Heilman about how McConnell and other Senate Republicans who criticize Trump can do anything but support his conviction. Listen to what she suggests.
We had a policy, and it was very controversial. It was carried out under the Bush years and under the Obama years, of attacking terrorism at its root, of going after and killing, and in the case of Amr al-Awlaki, an American, a Yemeni American, with a drone strike for the crime of inciting violence, inciting terrorism. Mitch McConnell was in the Senate then. He was in the Senate after 9/11 too. How does Mitch McConnell, who understands that the way you root out terrorism is to take on, in the case of Islamic terrorism, kill those who incite it, how does he not vote to convict someone that he said on the floor of the Senate incited an insurrection?
Boy, it sounds like more than just vote to convict, doesn't it? Drone strikes to root out domestic terrorists in this country. Domestic drone strikes to combat violent extremism that the Biden administration is completely weaponized to focus upon. And, of course, violent extremist means largely Trump voter. They are in the business right now, the left is, of suppression or annihilation if you won't be suppressed. Suppression or annihilation. So while the argument on the merits of both the law as well as the facts is important in the context of the next week for this impeachment trial, the larger play that is being made, as has been articulated by Nicole Wallace and Chris Hayes at MSNBC, the Rachel Maddow lookalike, and Jake Tapper on CNN, and so many more, the LA Times columnist that we discussed yesterday, Virginia Heffernan, comparing Trump supporters to Nazis and Hezbollah terrorists. That is the bigger play being made by the left, and Republicans need to confront that straight away, too. For more on all this, we're pleased to be joined by Boris Epshteyn. He is an attorney and former Trump campaign official. Boris, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much. Good to be here.
So the approach that the Trump legal team is telegraphed that it will choose to make over the next week is just basically focus on what Jim Jordan said, sort of in progression. Today, it's about the constitutionality of trying a president who's out of office, and then you move forward with the charge and the article of impeachment and the facts as we understand them, and call the question.
Well, that's right. And there's three vectors here. The first vector is the fact that this is absolutely unconstitutional. The Constitution does not allow for a trial of an impeachment trial of a former president, and there's never been one. Number two, there was absolutely no incitement whatsoever. The president said quote, march peacefully and patriotically to the Capitol. And 3, the fact that discussing election fraud, voter fraud is absolutely allowable. It is absolutely legitimate. And this claim by the Democrats that any discussion, any claims of voter fraud, election fraud, are somehow a quote-unquote big lie, which is a term the Democrats are using that was coined by none other than the disgusting Adolf Hitler. Hitler claimed that the Jews used the quote-unquote big lie to discuss the German loss in World War I. Well, now you've got the Democrats saying, oh, the Republicans are just perpetrating the quote-unquote big lie. Well, guess what? Election fraud did happen. Voter fraud did happen. We know about the over 200,000 unlawful ballots in Wisconsin. They were counted, used against Wisconsin law and Constitution. We know about the over 400,000 allegedly unlawful ballots in Georgia. And guess what? Even Democrats, Mark Elias, the Democrat election lawyer, in his filing in the 22nd District of Congress in New York, 22nd Congressional District, said, oh, there was significant voting irregularities when he was opposing that result.
But do you agree that this venue, this impeachment trial, is not the venue to make those claims and to reissue those assertions? This is just about sort of the four corners of the article of impeachment, get his acquittal, and then he can go back to making whatever claims he sees fit to make.
Well, what I think is, and you know, the defense did put this in their brief, is the fact that this election was suspect. There's a lot of parts of it that were suspect, and to claim otherwise, which the Democrats are doing, to say it was 100% clean, is just false. And I think we have to continue to stand strong on that.
Now, we learned yesterday that the Democrats are going to use, Facebook pictures, videos to prove their point about an alleged insurrection. But Trump's attorney said that they're going to fight back by showing clips of hateful rhetoric from Democrats, saying get in their face, do what you can to make their life miserable. Do you think that's going to be effective?
I do. I think the Democrats are trying to paint this picture. I was on MSNBC actually yesterday in the evening, and they used a video montage of President Trump going back to 2015, 2016. Usually, most of the clips were from when he was before he was president. And there's this claim, oh, the president used tough language, and that's somehow outside the norm. But it's not outside the norm. Most of the senators sitting there as the jury in this trial have used that language. And it's going to be very tough then for them to say, oh, well, we should still convict. Now, you still expect for the Democrats to not break ranks and vote against President Trump, and unfortunately for some Republicans to break ranks. But we now know from the vote on dismissal that there's not enough Republicans that will vote to convict for there to be a conviction. And this whole thing is just a total charade. It's a sham, and it'll hopefully be over quickly, and the American people can move on to concentrating on their lives, to looking at what Joe Biden is doing to destroy America so quickly. 11,000 jobs lost just by the Keystone Pipeline being canceled, as an example. That's what we need to be worrying about. Our adversaries, China, Russia, Iran, not the charade.
Agree with that. Thinking, though, of the Trump campaign legal team's performance, the legal team that was assembled to challenge the election results from November 3rd to January 6th, as you and I know you were an advisor in that mix. What do you think the lessons learned are? How could that have been more effective, the legal challenges to the outcomes in the relevant states?
I think the lessons, Dan, are that we have to fight now. We have to be strong now on these election rules. We have to go and continue pointing out the deep violations of Article 2 of the Constitution that occurred, where where you didn't have state legislatures, but state secretaries of state, governors, judges, changing election rules. The consent decree in Georgia. Again, the changed rules in Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, the changed rules around observing of mail-in and absentee ballots. All of that is a violation of Article 2 of the Constitution, which allows only for state legislatures to set rules around presidential voting. So we have to be in court. We have to be in the court of public opinion, fighting back against those violations now to make sure they don't happen again in 22 and 24.
He is Boris Epshteyn. He's an attorney. He's also a former Trump campaign official. Boris, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
Thank you. And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
Before you see it on TV, share it on Facebook, or read about it in the paper, hear it here first. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
The Lou Dobbs Financial Report is brought to you by Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Visit signaturebank.bank for your commercial banking needs.
I'm Lou Dobbs. The curtain going up on an unconstitutional impeachment trial today. DoorDash is expanding its food delivery footprint, and Bally's following new pathways. Those stories next. Lou Dobbs here. Looking for predictable monthly cash flow? Is the potential of 10% annualized immediate monthly payout good for starters? How about bonuses targeted to 21%? If you want the safety and security of a real estate investment, but without the hassles of being a landlord, you've probably heard of NRIA. NRIA is an industry-leading real estate development firm in its 15th year, developing strategically located, low-risk, high-demand neighborhoods based on supply-demand imbalance. They are a great fit for investors who want to seek the safety of cash flow and diversification into carefully chosen real estate. Learn more about the NRIA Real Estate Development Fund at nria.net or call 201-210-2727. That's 201-210-2727.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. That performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
Lawyers for former President Donald Trump head to Capitol Hill today to square off with Democrats in their unprecedented and unconstitutional second impeachment trial of our 45th president. House managers Monday evening finalized the trial schedule and details of their case. Plans call for 4 hours of debate to begin at noon Eastern Time on whether the event is even constitutional. Food delivery service DoorDash is using automated food prep company Chowbotics, which makes refrigerated robots that dispense meals and food prep ingredients without touching the food. Bally's Corporation just bought Sport Color, which provides free-to-play online gambling games, a hot item in the current pandemic. Please join me 3 times each weekday for my updates on the Salem Radio Network, right here on this station. This is the Lou Dobbs Report.
I'm sure you've heard, but Twitter banned Mike Lindell, the CEO of MyPillow. This comes after several big box retailers decided to take MyPillow products off their shelves. Why? Because Mike is a conservative who supports Donald Trump. Big tech wants to silence voices like Mike's, and this is just another reason why you need to check out the great line of products at MyPillow. They have over 110 products, including my favorite, the Giza Dream bed sheets. They look and feel great, which means you get an even better night's sleep. And Mike found the world's best cotton called Giza. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. Now, these Giza sheets come with a 60-day money-back guarantee, a 10-year warranty. Giza Dream Sheets come in a variety of sizes and colors, and Mike is making a special offer for you. Receive 2 sets of Giza sheets for the price of 1, plus free shipping. Can't beat that. The number to call, 800-489-0201, promo code Amy, or go to mypillow.com and make.
I'm a veteran and the owner. Since 1974, we've manufactured the most reliable and highest quality products and provided unmatched basement waterproofing and sump pump service to the Chicagoland area. Most problems with water in your basement have to do with your sump pump. Maybe it's old, doesn't work properly, or you just need more capacity. Most pumps should be replaced every 3 to 5 years. With our pumps, we recommend replacement every 7 to 10 years. At Basement Flood Protector, we offer a complete line